couple hundred feet above the ground. Precision aerobatics here. Straight ahead, we're going to perform the final manoeuvre, the palm split.
So 57mm cans as well. So here he goes, a Geely Hangar 11 collection up at North Weald. He also has the Piccadilly Circus along the south coast today and tomorrow. But the weather stays like this, we can have a good weekend. Anyhow, I'm going to hand you back to Terry Edson now because he's the man. I'm now incarcerated in the town, so have a good day. I'll look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow if you're coming in. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Peter. Nicely done. His phone's just beginning to ring. It rings all the time. And when Peter says he's incarcerated in the tower, he doesn't mean the Tower of London. He means the air traffic control tower here, of course, in Shoreham, where Peter is direct.
He was loved by the private and commanded for his smile.
Had a long association with Shoreham. Notice the two triplanes chasing each other now. Sopwith triplane which is following it. Sopwith is pretty much in existence. The company was reformed after World War I and named after Henry Hawker. It became the Hawker Aircraft Company, which was later of Shoreham. Many exhibit unfortunate characteristics below, and many pilots were killed in accidents. Many sadly were burned very badly in terrible fires. Bearing in mind most of the single-seaters, it's difficult enough to fly the aeroplane without having to lean over and drop a bomb at the same time. Beautiful formation there of the three SC5s. This was a design made and built at Farnborough, the same Farnborough that we know today. Here come the two triplanes. Notice they use the grass runway here. This is the first we've seen of people landing on the grass runway, and that's mainly because they don't. If you look on your right hand side, you'll see the unique Hurricane 2B. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Till recently there were very, very few Hurricanes in the air. It was very largely untouched throughout the production run. Whereas you'll know that the Spitfire enjoyed a large number of modifications throughout its long life. This so-called hurry bomb, thermal bombs. We won't see them on this side of the wing, I'm afraid. This particular type of aircraft as well excelled itself. It should be there. Whatever steel planking could be laid down, the Hurricane was able to operate from, even in the monsoon conditions, of very, very heavy rain. The aircraft was later replaced by the giant collection of events in Burma with this type. many of you, unlike the monocoque and very, very deluxe Spitfire. Peter really enjoying himself with this new aircraft. It is a beautiful purr of the Merlin engine. Carefully, you'll see the hard points under the wing that can take those bombs. The aeroplane won't do anything other than carry on. He's going to choose the grass by the look of it. Would probably have been my choice too. Beautifully placed and 3-pointing it. Very, very nice indeed. Thank you, sir. Unless he has the canopy open. Now there may be a requirement on the Hurricane, I'm not sure, but I can tell you that after a display like that, you need the canopy open to get a bit of fresh air. The two Wiener Stearmans are lining up for departure, and I'm going to hand you over to the RAF Sport display. Into a form of jerry turn, nope, a reverse invert. They used to be assembled at Dunsfold, but I believe that's now moved to Brough in Yorkshire. But there's a production line in India and a further one, of course, in the United States. Now. He's shortly to return to Bournemouth. Of course, they share the same airshow dates as us, deliberately, so we can share the cost. One of the features of these canards is it allows the aeroplane to fly at an extraordinarily high angle of attack. Preheats afterburner off now. It'll come in automatically with a certain percentage of RPM on the engine. Coningsby, that's where the Battle of Britain Memorial flight live as well. Many of the BBF also fly, a number of the BBF pilots also fly the Typhoon. Stability to fly the aeroplane in normal Okay, the 108 Typhoon, who you remember departing earlier, is just landing. Dear Dan Griffiths showing us all how to do wheelie landings. So we'll be pleased with that. You'll be very pleased with that. There we do, a beautiful stall turn. Not as easy as it looks, none of these things are as easy as they look. Engine constant speed drop, you can hear it cycling on its governor. Remember what we said earlier, if you fly slowly enough, you can get the aeroplane to do remarkable manoeuvres, because a lot of the stability of the wide span wings. Grob, the manufacturer of this, is primarily known for its gliders, which of course have very high aspect ratio, large wings. But despite that, this aeroplane highly manoeuvrable. Another beautiful stall turn. You do that by putting rudder in, but of course one of the effects of rudder is it makes the aeroplane yaw, which makes the aeroplane roll. So you need to oppose it with some aileron, otherwise it spoils the manoeuvre. Beautiful slow roll, again very difficult in a propeller aeroplane. Partly because you're going quite slowly, and partly because the engine thrust tends to vary a little during the manoeuvre, unlike in a jet. Another very pretty stall turn. This is the aircraft that replaced types such as the Bulldog, and before it the Chipmunk, and before that the Tiger Moth. Nice steep approach. Remember we mentioned side slipping. There's a side slip for you. Ailerons and rudder crossed, high rate of descent, swing the aeroplane straight near the ground. You don't want to land with the side slip on. So deliberately leaving it towards the end of the runway so he can vacate the runway as quickly as possible towards an aircraft that will fly later on this afternoon. Here come a number of the yaks. These are based down in Somerset. Jez Hopkinson leads the yak team, and you'll be seeing them later. Jez, a former Red Arrow, and Jez is usually flying the lead aeroplane, that is the Yak 52, that's the 3 tricycle undercarriage aeroplane. The others are Yak 50 on the ground. Notice the pilot can't see. Formatting on the Mustangs. Deliberately positioning himself right at the holding point so that effectively a Super Cub, a Piper Cub with the wings on upside down and a lot more fuel, originally designed as a little twister. A sweet little aeroplane. And you'll see all three, the glider, the twister and the Pawnee, Rob Davies. Rob has his own strip at Whitchurch. You'll see it on satellite TV frequently. He used to run his own very popular fly-in. T-51 Mustang, but when re-engined with the Rolls-Royce Merlin, often a Packard-built Merlin, that Packard, one of the companies in the General Motors group. When rebuilt with the Packard Merlin, it totally revolutionized the performance of the Mustangs in formation. Tail draggers, so putting the power on. In echelon. From their scoop under the fuselage, which makes a whine. Jet aeroplanes first saw combat together. Eastern England, loaded with bombs, bombers would leave Eastern England. We're shortly to see Sally B. Sally B's away on our left. And this has been a story. This is an evocative sight. Since Concorde retired. Morris is going to land on the hard. Oh, very nice. A super constellation, and in fact flew it in the United States as well as in Europe, belonging to a gentleman called Vern Rayburn, who set up the Eclipse Company, mini jet. I mentioned armament. I mentioned that the B-17 was taken off. Bomb doors open at the moment. Carried around 7 tons of bombs. maximum. Chin turret, but also at the size of the bomb bay. It's a very, very old design. Very strong aeroplane, being beautifully flown. Very strong aeroplane. One of the initial prototypes was used as what's called the static starter. Always means starting the thing as a bit of a handful. And as I say, you appear to be sitting on it rather than in it. But the controls are very P14, Curtis P14. Skimming the water skiing. As the harbour comes into land, let's see how he copes with it. Most impressive. A little too. We have a moment or two before the next display. Nearby at Canberra during World War II. It was a delightful aeroplane to fly. Have a look at those bomb bay doors now. Compare them to the B-17. To do barrel rolls in Lancasters on test occasionally. Lancaster designed by Roy Chadwick over Lancing College Chapel. What a magnificent sight. Engines going into fine pitch. Thank you for that applause. Peter, I know, will pass it on when he speaks to the boys tomorrow. They're on their way back to Bournemouth now. That is a unique... Riding aerobatics becoming increasingly popular as a sport in its own right. Guy's done much to encourage it in Britain. Gently losing height throughout, of course, using up his energy, just like the space shuttle, the big glider. Guy coming round on time.
And great applause, many thanks. Guys, how many times have we done this?
I think it's my 12th.
You're really great. Superb. So thank you very much for that. That's the board. It was obviously working on the market for the trees that are still fine. We work very hard on anything like this. No sound, so our great. Well, it's a superb act to watch. It's very difficult for anybody else to follow. Many thanks indeed. Guy Westgate and the team, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome this girl, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Going to be taking part, so have shown to be totally polished there. So look forward to the matadors a little later on.
That's the quietest it can be. What time it was going to carry Skybolt, blue steel, standoff weapons.